Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. We are in week 15 and our final home game of the regular season, but don't worry London Bulldogs fans, we will have postseason at home for a few games. So, as of now, let's check out the playoff picture before we play against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, because we lost last episode to the Arizona Cardinals, we are still at the number one seed because we only have one loss this season. So Denver remains still undefeated with their awesome quarterback Andy Dalton. So if we lose a couple more games, we might be pushed to the wild card, which is a plus because we get more episodes out of it. So I like to do London Bulldogs videos for the most part, and this is going to be pretty interesting. So the number 2 seed Detroit Lions, they've moved up since beating the Chicago Bears, so they get to move up. And so, yeah, this is what the playoff picture looks like. We'll see you guys at kickoff.
Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Carr and the London Bulldogs versus Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
All right, now it is kickoff time here at Wembley Stadium in London. So the 49ers are going to kick this off, and Joe Hayden of the London Bulldogs is ready to return this kickoff. So he does get stopped at the 30-yard line. We get to see former Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr stepping onto the field for the first time in this episode, the younger brother of David Carr, who got drafted in 2002 by the Houston Texans. Turns out they didn't do good their first season, so Derek Carr, he gets sacked by Eric Armstead, and this will be his first sack of the game, so it's now going to be a 2nd and 17 now here for London. But don't worry, we'll absolutely get the first down. We're going to throw deeper passes, so Derek Carr, he's going to throw this deep to Larry Fitzgerald, and he will probably have 1,200, maybe even 1,300 yards by the end of this episode. So he really needs 345 to go to make it 1,500 on the season. So we're going to use some Alshon Jeffery in today's episode, wide receiving-wise, excuse me. Why did I say wide receiving-wise? But I'm going to say receiving-wise. But Derek Carr, he throws this to Alshon Jeffery. He does get that first down for the London Bulldogs. So they're going to move the chains here. That was a 25-yard reception here for the Bulldogs. So, yeah. So they're going to move the chains, and we're going to get a first down. So we're going to use a quick slants route. Even though we're in the red zone, we want to get this easy touchdown in and out. So they're going to throw the football there. That's going to be incomplete. So it's now going to be a 2nd and 10 here for Derek Carr and the Bulldogs. So Derek Carr, he's going to throw this deep to Larry Fitzgerald, and he gets a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So that will be Larry Fitzgerald's 20th receiving yard touchdown this season, and we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now this will be a 1st and 10 from the 35, and that was a pass deflection, so Jimmy Garoppolo throws his first pass of the game. That's going to be incomplete here for San Francisco. In San Francisco, they're going to be ready to throw the football, and J.J. Watt makes the sack, and Cameron Wake picks up the football, and Cameron Wake gets a fumble recovery for a touchdown for the London Bulldogs, and they will extend their lead to 14-0. So they're going to take it to the house. The Penn State product, Cameron Wake, claims that fumble recovery and scores a touchdown. J.J. Watt, though, made a decent sack, and Jimmy Garoppolo lost the football. And we're going to take a break, and we'll see you guys when we're back on offense. All right, Bobby Wagner made a sack, and he actually recovered the fumble. So that is going to be another turnover for the 49ers here. Chase Young claims his 8th sack of the season, and Frank Gore, he is going to run the football against his former team, and he does get a first down, and that will be a 1st and 10, 15 yards from the contact. So we're just going to use a 26 duo X alert run play on 1st down and 10 now. And Frank Gore, we're going to use a juke move, and he gets stopped at the 4-yard line. So we're in goal line. Well, not necessarily goal line, but pretty close to it. So Derek Carr, he'd have to hand the football off to Frank Gore. He gets stopped at the 4, so he has 3 rushes, 10 yards in. So we're just going to use a halfback ISO run play on 3rd down and 2. So Derek Carr hands it off to Frank Gore, and he gets us into the end zone safely for a touchdown. So this will be Frank Gore's 12th rushing touchdown of the season, and they will lead this 21-0 here at Wembley Stadium. We'll see you guys when we're on defense. Rather, second quarter. All right, now 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line, and they're going to run it with Ronald Jones, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back, and J.J. Watt claims that fumble, and he is going to return this all the way. He's the one who sacked Jimmy Garoppolo last quarter when Cameron Wake recovered that fumble, and we're going to take a break. The Bulldogs lead at 29-0 because we're going to attempt a 2-point conversion. So we're going to use some goal line, and we're going to use Frank Gore. San Francisco, by the way, does get their 3rd turnover in this football game. So Frank Gore, he gets it in safely for 2 points. Okay, now this will be a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, and he is going to throw this football deep in the middle. So 2nd down and 10, and we're ready to play some defense here. So Jimmy G, he is ready to hand this up. He's actually going to throw the football, and that's intercepted by Jalen Carter. Nice catch, by the way, by Jalen Carter. And he is going to get stopped down at the 30-yard line. So this will be his first INT of the game. So basically, this is Jimmy G's first INT of the football game. And this will lead into San Francisco's 4th turnover of the game. So Derek Carr, he is going to throw this to Alshon Jeffery. And he uses that juke move there, and he gets stopped at the 43. But Nick Bosa appears to be down and hurt for the San Francisco 49ers. So this will be a 1st down and 10. 120 total yards by this London offense. So Derek Carr, he's going to throw this to Larry Fitzgerald. He uses that juke move, by the way, and he is still on his feet. He gets a touchdown for the Bulldogs, and they will extend their lead to 36-0. All right, now 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line here at Wembley Stadium in London. And he gets sacked by Jalen Carter, who you guys saw claim that INT. So that's now going to be a 2nd and 16 now here for London. And the 49ers do, in fact, take that timeout to think of their game plan. So they're going to blitz here on defense. They got 1 timeout remaining and 45 seconds left in the first half. So we're leading this by 36 points. And San Francisco isn't even all that good. They've only had 1 win, and this will be their 13th loss if they lose today's episode. And he's going to throw this, but he caught it, but it was out of bounds. But anyways, 4th and inches now here for San Francisco, excuse me. And Odell Beckham Jr., he is ready to return the punt, and he is going to get stopped at the 19. 14 seconds to go in this first half, and we're just going to use the strong formation here, and we're going to use a slant route. So Derek Carr, he's ready to throw. And he's going to pass this to Larry Fitzgerald. He uses that juke move, another juke move, and he gets stopped at the 49. All right, now this will be a 1st down and 10. And it looks like Jimmy Garoppolo, he's going to throw the football. He gets sacked, and it's Chase Young, the former Ohio State defensive lineman, makes that fumble recovery. And this will be San Francisco's 5th turnover, 3rd fumble of the game. And they lose the ball, and London picks it up. So we're going to use a quick slant route here. San Francisco with its 5th turnover in this game. And it looks like Derek Carr, he is going to throw this to Alshon Jeffery, incomplete. All right, now second down and 10 from the 19. Derek Carr, he is going to throw this to Alshon Jeffery, and Alshon Jeffery gets a touchdown for the London Bulldogs. This will be his first receiving touchdown, and they will lead this 43-0 here in London. All right, now this will be a first down and 10 from the 33, and he's going to hand this off to Ronald Jones, and he gets stopped at the 34. And it's now a 2nd and 9 from the 34-yard line with only about 3:10 to go in the 3rd. And they're going to run it off with Ronald Jones. He does get stopped at the 35. So this will result in a 3rd down and 7 now here for San Francisco. And San Francisco, they're going to throw this football. They're going to pass it to George Kittle. He gets a first down, but he does step out of bounds. And this will be a first down and 10 from the 48. 2:14 to go in the 3rd, and he's going to run this off, and he loses about a yard on that play. So this is now going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 49. So I'm thinking they're going to do a passing play, and he throws this to George Kittle, and he gets that first down. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 35. So 3 receptions, 44 yards for him today. And they're going to do a passing play, I'm supposedly thinking. And they're actually going to hand it off this time. So he only gained about 2 yards, Ronald Jones. So that's going to be a 2nd and 9 now from the 33. And he's actually going to throw it. And it looks like he is going to get a touchdown. It appears that it was, I believe, but I might be wrong, Deebo Samuel caught that, and it's now going to be 43-7. All right, now it is kickoff time here in London, so the Bulldogs are ready to return. Joe Hayden, he is ready to return this kickoff. And it looks like he is going to get stopped at the 27. So we will see you guys in the 4th quarter. All right, now it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. We got Joe Flacco as our quarterback now. I'm going to throw this to Van Jefferson, and he gets his first touchdown of the football game for the London Bulldogs. And they extend their lead even further. It's now going to be the halfway to 100, the big 5-0. All right, now this is going to be a 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line. And it looks like they're going to throw the football. They do get that first down, though. And that's going to be a 2nd and 5. They're going to use some zone coverage here for the defense. I like playing defense. So that's going to be at the 33. So Jimmy Garoppolo, he throws the football to the receiver. And he does get that. And he does get a 3rd down and 1. However, they just got 1 more yard to go, and they're going to move the chains here. And I'm thinking they're going to throw, and it will not be completed. So I'm just going to return the punt here with Odell Beckham Jr. They're at the 37. So Odell Beckham Jr., he did not play receiver all game just because I want to have most of my wide receivers playing all at one time, so I can't have all my wide receivers playing at one time, so that's why I like to do the trade-off. I just like to mix and match a little bit each and every time just to be a little bit different. So I'm just going to use Odell Beckham Jr. for our quick slant route on 1st down and 10 at the 37. So Joe Flacco, he is ready to throw this football out, and it's going to be incomplete. So 1 for 2 there, 16 yards, and that's going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 37. So now Flacco, he is going to throw this to Odell Beckham Jr. He uses that nice juke move there. He double juked actually on that play. So he's going to jump on into the end zone for a touchdown, and we'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. And Thomas Davis Sr. claims an INT. Beautiful dive there that time, and he used both of his hands pretty well there. And this is going to be a 1st down and 10. They're going to do a booth review. I hate booth reviews. And we have possession of the football, so London has it. So San Francisco sadly does gain its 6th turnover. But whatsoever, we're going to easily win this game, because how many points are we leading by? 51 to be exact. And they have been eliminated from playoffs already, I think. Because look at them. They have not done all that great this season. So, anyways, 1st and 10 from the 26. Frank Gore, he uses that juke move, and he's going to run it in. He does get it into the end zone for a touchdown, though, and that's going to count. So, this will be a 2nd rushing touchdown, and they will lead 65-7. All right, now 2nd and 8 now from the 34-yard line. And it looks like that he is going to throw this football, Jimmy G, and that's going to be incomplete. He has 2 INTs in this game. So San Francisco, they have 2 turnovers. We did not have any turnovers whatsoever at all. 3rd and 8 now from the 34. And they're going to throw this football. It's going to be intercepted to Ronald Darby. And it looks like Ron Darby, he is going to get a touchdown out of this, and he will. So that's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs, 47-yard return. And I think this will be a 2nd pick 6 of the season, and we'll see you guys when we're back on offense. So Beckham Jr., he gets a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown, and it is denied whatsoever. I forgot to record this, and we were still on our break, so I didn't know we were supposed to punt. But anyways, we're going to extend our lead 79-7. So we're going to see you guys at the end of the game. All right, Derek Carr, 9 for 11, perfect pass rating, 3 touchdowns on the day. Jimmy Garoppolo, 1 touchdown, 3 INTs. He did not have a great performance today, but Joe Flacco, he had 149.3 pass rating, 2 for 3, 2 touchdowns on the day. And Frank Gore, he had 7 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Larry Fitzgerald, he had 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alshon Jeffery and Odell Beckham Jr. both had 1 touchdown. So Brandon Ayuk had a touchdown, and so did Van Jefferson receiving-wise. So Jalen Carter had 2 sacks. Chase Young had 1 sack. Terrell Suggs, J.J. Watt, and Eric Armstead all had a sack. Ron Darby, Jalen Carter, and Thomas Davis Sr. all claimed INTs, but Darby's was the only one to return for a touchdown. But there was a fumble recovery, a couple fumble recoveries. Wake's was a touchdown, and I think Watt's was a touchdown. So Darby, Wake, and Watt all claimed defensive touchdowns. But there was a punt return towards the end of the game, 80 yards, and it was Odell Beckham Jr. who claimed it. So that basically wraps it up. We'll see you guys at playoffs. We're going to skip the last 2 episodes of the regular season, so we'll see you guys at postseason contention. Have a great Saturday, everybody.